Welcome back to TechKidFX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Vechain, whose current price stands at the $0.02346 mark, and here on TradingView the market is down by 0.26%. And in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot waves and the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances, and also draw out the key chart patterns that you have information on this chart. And I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. Vechain from the all-time high has been seeing no prices in this massive ABC corrective movement, which has now taken us back to around the $0.02 mark. And starting my analysis here on the daily chart, after making our low down there, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, and we managed to break above key areas of resistances. But at the key area of resistance at around the $0.03362 mark, we got rejected, and we are seeing a massive pullback to the lower side. Jumping to the 4-hour chart for further analysis. Here on the 4-hour chart, after making our low down there, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, and in my previous videos I was terming this movement to the upper side as an Elliot wave structure, having that as the wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, a wave 4, then a wave 5 to the upper side. But that movement to the upper side was invalidated the moment our wave 4 over here retraced into the high of that first wave. So I had to remove the Elliot wave structure from my charts and view that movement to the upper side as something else, and the only way we can view it as is just a massive ABC corrective movement that was correcting that impulsive movement that gave us a low at around the $0.02 mark. And after making the high for that ABC corrective movement, whatever we expect on this other side is the formation of a 5-wave structure to the lower side, and I believe we have started to see that movement over here, having this as the wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and a wave 5. And that Elliot wave structure is a fractal wave, which I can now name as a higher Elliot wave count 1. And starting with the long-term scenarios that can play out on this chart, basing it on the Elliot wave structures, after seeing the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 1, whatever we expect is the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2. Because a wave 2 is a retracement of the first wave, we can use the Fibonacci's, connecting the high of the wave 1 to the low of that wave 1, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of a wave 2 between the fib level 0.618 and the fib level 0.382, and I can mark that target area here on the charts like that, and that is the minimum target area that I would expect that bounce to the upper side in the formation of a wave 2 to take us into. And that target area lies between the $0.029 mark and the $0.026 mark. And because a wave 2 is a corrective wave, I will also expect to see a corrective movement that is an ABC corrective movement play out over here, playing out like that. Maybe once we manage to break above that key area of resistance, have a retest, then continue pushing higher to get us into that target area. And also zooming out here on the chart, we can also see the formation of a chart pattern over here, which is a head and shoulders, having that as the left shoulder of that head and shoulders pattern. Then we have the head, then we have seen the formation of the neckline, then we have seen the formation of the right shoulder, then we are seeing a bit of a breakdown to the lower side, then a bit of a consolidation over here. So in case we see a breakout out of this consolidation to the lower side and manage to lose that key area of support at around the $0.02 mark, it's possible that Vechain could be headed lower. And this is a chart pattern that normally breaks to the lower side, having the target area of that breakout as the height between the head and the neckline. So using a trend line, we can get that height and place it down here, and that gives me a minimum target area to the lower side back to around the $0.01 mark. So in case we see a breakout out of this consolidation that we are in at the moment, lose that key area of support, then I would expect Vechain to take us back to around the $0.01 mark. And also getting back to the short-term scenarios that can play out, if I zoom in into this consolidation that we have over here, we have been trading within this channel, and at some point yesterday we had managed to break out of the channel to the lower side. And if I jump to the 1-hour chart, we can even see we are having a bit of a retest of that lower side of the channel, and that meant that lower prices could be coming our way. But lucky for Vechain that it managed to get back into the channel once more, and that gives me the short-term scenarios that can play out here on the Vechain chart. It's possible that in case we see an increase in volatility here on the Vechain chart, and also an increase in volume, and also an increase in volume on the whole crypto market, it's possible that Vechain might manage to give us a pump, manage to break above that key area of resistance at around the $0.024 mark, which is within that channel, and get back to the upper side of the channel, maybe even see a breakout out of the channel to the upper side, see a retest of the upper side of the channel before we continue pushing higher to get us back into that red target area in the formation of a wave 2. So that is the first possible short-term scenario that can play out here on the Vechain chart. It is also possible that Vechain might not be able to continue pushing higher in case we see a decrease in volume here on the Vechain chart, and maybe a bear movement in the whole crypto market. And in case that happens, then I would expect us to lose that key area on the channel once more, have a retest of that lower side of the channel, and maybe this time we might see a breakout to the lower side, get back to around the $0.02 mark, which is a key area of support. And in case that happens, then we might see a breakout out of my head and shoulders pattern, and from my head and shoulders pattern I have a target area back to around the $0.01 mark. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated. Also taking a look at the 4-hour RSI. Here on the RSI we are trading at around the 61 mark, and that means we have massive room for us to support any movement to the upper side in the formation of that wave 2. And in case we also see a breakout out of that head and shoulders pattern, that movement here on the RSI will still be supported. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD we are seeing a bearish cross, a bullish cross, and that would mean higher prices could be coming our way, and we might see the formation of a wave 2 and also invalidate my head and shoulders pattern. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.